you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Hot dogs. I love hot dogs over the fire. Actually, there's no way I would eat that for the rest of my life. I love adventure and exploring. I'm a runner. I'm a big kayaker. I love floating rivers. I also love backpacking. I love decision making that has consequence, and I love that about the outdoors. Whether you're, fording a river, or you're kind of lost in the woods, and there's uncertainty and ambiguity, and those consequences are immediate. It has many parallels to what we do in the Darden School, right? That's kind of what we're about, is providing opportunities for decision-making under uncertainty. Finance lends itself with a lot of acronyms. Yield to maturity, YTM, IRR, NPV, WACC, cost of capital, DCF. And that can be overwhelming to students. But what I love is that quickly the language seeps in and they understand it's not about the language, it's really about the decision-making process. And my dad is a marketing professor, and so I learned a lot about business schools. He actually brought me to class a couple of times, and one time he had to be out of town and he had me proctor his final exam. I think I was 11. I believe that being a business leader is a privileged position where you are the steward over the productive assets of the world economy. And as a business professor, I see this unique opportunity to help business leaders in making these decisions that have tremendous import. A strong interest of mine in research is this thing called the asset growth effect. And that is that firms that have expanded tend to have stock returns that do poorly in the future, and firms that are contracting tend to do really well. And that's kind of counterintuitive to a lot of people, because a lot of investors think that growth is always good and contraction is always bad. And we find empirically it doesn't play out that way. Some people have had experience, some people don't have any experience at all. They'll get a little instruction, we'll get in the boats and away we go. One student, he said, I'm low beta, there's no way any of this is gonna affect me. And before long, of course, he's the first one, his boat flips, and forevermore he's become high beta.